Let's switch gears to one of the biggest corporate stories of the year, the meltdown at Uber. Co-founder and CEO Travis Kalanick, he got into an argument with one of his drivers back in February. There's been sexual harassment scandals at that company. The CEO resigning today as the head of the ride-hailing service. He helped found that company in 2009. Again, sexual harassment cases, an animal house, frat house culture. You're looking at Kalanick's sex rules emails to staffers about how to deal with sexual relations in the workplace. All of this causing an investor revolt. Activist investors called for his removal, and he left. Now reports suggest that the fix to the locker room culture at Uber, well-known women's rights advocate and Facebook chief operating officer Sheryl Sandberg. She could be the company's first replacement choice for the top spot, according to new reports coming out. Let's bring in money managers Jason Rotman and Ty Young. Join me now. Is Sheryl Sandberg the right choice for Uber, Ty?
You know, she could be. There has been, as you pointed out, Liz, a Animal House type atmosphere. So much so, they brought in Eric Holder, the former Attorney General, to investigate. And the company, frankly, is in decline, and they need a fresh face. They need somebody that can get things done, and she just may be the right choice.
Yeah, to Ty's point, Jason, Uber, it seems like behind the scenes, it's in complete disarray and a meltdown. It still dominates 3/4 of the market. Do you think it can survive this mess if it just gets a better, CEO who does not need adult supervision, as Kalanick said he did?
You know, I absolutely do. I think they can not only survive but thrive. Lyft is gaining market share, so that's something to consider. I think if Uber were a publicly traded company, once the news broke that Travis was stepping down, not necessarily ousted, it would have been down 20%. Now, if it was publicly traded, I think it would start to rally today based off of Travis totally leaving, because it does have a future. I love the idea of Sheryl Sandberg coming on board because she is a visionary in her own right and would bring a kinder, gentler attitude.
Great points, you guys. Let's move on to a big IPO with gigantic geopolitical ramifications. Uber's IPO is going to be a blip on the screen compared to this IPO. It is Saudi Arabia's oil and gas company, Aramco. It's a state-owned oil company, valuation of up to $2 trillion. The valuations are really swinging from $400 billion to $2 trillion. It could be the largest IPO ever. Possibly $262 billion barrels of oil is what Saudi Aramco could pull out of the kingdom over there. We're seeing, Ty, a dramatic reordering of the kingdom's line of succession. Saudi Arabia's King Salman elevates his 31-year-old son, Mohammed bin Salman, to be his successor. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, I mean, a couple things. First, his son's very profile. He's 31 years old, but he has been the face of Saudi Aramco. He also has been the face of the modernization of Saudi Arabia, a program called Saudi Arabia 2030. And he's been in charge of the diversification of the Saudi economy from just an oil economy to far more and other things. So he's a very high-profile guy. The king is 81 years old. This has been something coming for a while, and I think it's coming as a result of the Iran deal that we made with Iran. And I think that Saudi Arabia felt like they had to make these sort of moves as a result of that.
Yeah, oil is in a bear market right now, Jason. Quickly, gas prices coming down. When this comes to market, what would you think will happen with oil prices?
Well, oil prices will continue to stay below 50, I believe, but I do want to make a quick point to whoever's watching out there regarding this $1 trillion IPO. You have to think about who's the smart money and who's the less smart money. Why is Saudi selling now? You do not want to be a buyer in this IPO. They are cashing out of what they feel is a dying industry.